I don't think it's now a problem. I think it's always been a problem. It's becoming more of a problem now because of the pandemic, the changes that we've seen over the last year, which we've all been forced into. We focused so heavily on keeping the businesses and everyone's businesses going, as everyone has done, just to keep themselves alive as a business over the last year, and quite rightly so. That security wasn't in the forefront of people's minds. So we've had this real change of working style, which I don't think is going backwards. That's where we are. That's what life is. There was a real feeling of, well, we can't trust people to work from home, or we didn't want to do that. It was very classic working in the office. Even those companies that were quite flexible, it was sort of 1 day a week and a couple of days a week that we use it. Now we know we can run these businesses almost entirely remotely. There's definitely a reason to have people in an office. I think mental well-being, communication, there's really good reasons, and I think we will go back to the offices in some form, but we're never going back in the way we did. So that's a major issue, because we've made a lot of technical changes, and we need to make sure the security is there to support that. I think secondary to that, there is an element of user misinformation and new practices where users don't understand. Misinformation is always a great place for technical cyber criminals to sort of start to cause problems. If you look at the old school, picking up the phone, ringing around and sort of trying to scare people into doing things, that's exactly what's happening now. So they're sending phishing emails out on a regular basis to do with vaccines, to do with grants, to do with business, to do with supporting your business, and that's and people are in a worried state, and therefore they kind of sometimes fall for these things and they engage with them, and that's fully understandable as well. So the world of misinformation and scare is difficult. The world of distance that we're in at the moment, with everybody sitting all over the place, in your room on your own, there's less of a sounding board than there was when we were all in an office before, and you could put your hand up and say, hey, this is a bit weird, I've got a weird email, what's this? Sometimes on a Friday afternoon, we're tired, it's been a long week, people have got the kids at home, and they just make silly mistakes, and that's fully understandable. So yeah, the pandemic has just exacerbated this to the extreme, and we're just seeing so much issue with small businesses, and that is a real problem. People have got enough on their hands at the moment without having cyber attacks causing further issues.